We're with Mr. Lordi and Mana from Lordi today, about to launch a new album. And the first question I really need to ask you guys is, how many hours have you been in these costumes today?
What time it is?
It depends on that.
It's about 7.
It's 4 hours.
4 hours.
Four.
That's not too bad.
No, not too
I've
bad.
heard you've done worse.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
No, you haven't
He's
yet.
the newbie. He's the newbie, so yeah.
How is it going so far? Do you think you
this-
can handle
I'm
it?
just sitting and drinking French beer and
You're enjoying it.
Mm.
Mr.
Yes.
Lordi, did you ever think of doing, since you're a big fan of Kiss anyway, an unmasked? Has there
No.
any been a moment on stage where you're like, I'm
No.
melting here?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It wouldn't be Lordi. I mean, same with Kiss. Even though I'm a big fan of 80s Kiss, the without the makeup, it was a different band. It's a different band, I mean, the logo is the same and the guy is pretty much the same, but it's a different band. Visually, musically, it wouldn't be Lordi. I mean, we could do albums without the mask. I mean, that's how we do them. I mean, we're not wearing the costumes and masks when we're writing the music or recording it in the studio, obviously. But doing a live show without this, I mean, we want to look pretty. So
Yeah, I thought that was the purpose
Yeah.
of a costume. Okay, so you designed them yourself, right?
oh yeah.
Okay, have you ever done anything like this for someone else aside from your band?
Well, I used to do some some little stuff for Finnish TV, like commercials and shit. But I haven't really done anything for any other band, if that's what you mean. I mean, it's mainly I only do for Lordi. Yeah.
Okay, now before we get talking about the album, it's going to be a bit of a sad day in a couple of days now.
Mhm.
It's the anniversary of your
Yeah.
original drummer's death. Are you going to commemorate that in any way?
We will be giving out interviews in Paris on that day. Well, of course. I mean, he's in our minds and hearts. I mean, of course. But I guess we're gonna put out something on the website or something. But it's also the thing is like, yeah, it's been exactly 1 year, but I mean, life also goes on,
Of course.
and it's like we don't want to make too big of a number out of that either. It's like it's not like we're gonna put out fireworks in the sky or anything like. I mean, he would have loved that. By the way, Otis himself, he would would have loved his ass off.
I hear this album was initially quite inspired to by style of drumming.
Oh yeah.
So do you feel it's a bit of a tribute as well?
Yeah, it's also a tribute to him in a way, but it's also, I mean, he's the whole musical style of this album was influenced by his way of playing so much. I mean, because he died when we were in the middle of demoing process, recording the demos. So we did not yet select the songs which are going to be on the album, and he died like right in the middle of that, and it was already clear by that time, which is like exactly a year ago, 1 year ago, that it's gonna be a different one. It's gonna and his way of playing definitely influenced the way we wrote these new songs. I mean, it's more aggressive, it's more technical in a way, and. Yeah, I mean, it is. He even though he didn't write anything for the album, he had a lot to do with the album, how it sounds like. Yeah.
How are you fitting in all this, man?
Well,
Happy?
perfect. I mean, it's the best job in the world. And
Don't say yet.
what?
Don't say that yet.
Well, so far.
How did you get to join the band?
Well, actually, he just called me and asked, and that's it.
And how did you pick Mana then?
To be honest, he wasn't our first he wasn't the first. I'm sorry, he was our first. The thing is that we gotta, because we ran into a lot of problems, obviously, because we had to get our shit together when Otis died. It took like 6 weeks, pretty much, before we started, because there were some people in the band who decided that, who wanted to have like a 1 year off, like cancel everything, have like full year,
Yes.
just clear the calendar, do nothing. And, some others were, thinking something else. And when we started trying to look for a drummer, of course, we didn't make it we didn't make a big announcement out of that. Just like year by year, and it's just like, spread the word, and it became surprisingly difficult to find a drummer who not only would be a great, person and fit us, the chemistry-wise would fit in our crew, and also would know his 80s stuff, and also could play in the similar style that Otis did. It was a tricky combination, because we had audition recordings from a lot of guys that might have been like perfect as a persona, but the playing was like, and on the other way around, we had audition material that the guys played like fucking drum machines, but on the phone, and they felt kind of cocky, maybe a little bit like, So it wasn't until July when I finally called him, and he said the first thing, amongst the first things when I asked him, well, what is your favorite band? And he said Kiss. And I actually thought that he was joking, because I thought that, he's just, pulling my leg. But now I know that he wasn't joking. And that was, and that pretty much clicked pretty soon. But you didn't say yes right away. Yeah, you said yes, like you waited like a day or two.
I had to sleep over it. Actually,
You had
I
to
waited
play hard
one
to
day.
get.
What? Excuse me?
You had to play hard to get.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have lots of other projects going on, and I just need to make sure that it's like everybody's cool with this, because I really want to do this thing now. That's it.
Okay, so we got an album that I'll be listening to, and I really like it.
Cool.
It's one of the most aggressive in your career so far.
Oh yeah, it is.
How do you feel about that choice now that you've listened to it?
I feel it was the right choice, because by the material that we had, or the demos, we could have done a lot more, even a lot more aggressive album. If we would have chosen the different songs a little bit. We could have also done a pretty similar album than the previous Lordi albums, like really melodic, really soft. And this is like a combination between the two worlds, like the traditional Lordi sound and this new, a little bit more aggressive thing. But now, judging by the reactions from people who have, heard the album and the few reviews that we have read and seen from the album, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, we got into like 10 out of 10 points of some reviews and shit. So that is unusual for us. And the funny thing is that even our fans, the diehard fans, when they go search the web and is there anything new, and they are discussing that, it's weird to read a review of a Lordi album that gets full points. I mean, it's also for the fans, but for us too, it's like,
Do you feel it's more difficult maybe being taken seriously in a music sense? Because of the
we have
costume
given
or-
we have given now that it's like we know that there are people in the world, and there will always be people in the world who will not take seriously bands that put on costumes and put on a little bit more makeup than just like eyeliner. There are people who will go to their graves and they cannot take seriously bands like Kiss, Twisted Sister, even Alice Cooper. I think even Slipknot is on their lists, not to mention Lordi. I mean, bands that have really strong visual image are those kind of bands that it is just as sad and as true that there are people who will not accept that as a serious band, you know. Which is funny, because what if Slayer or Metallica or Beatles or Led Zeppelin or whoever would have worn Kiss masks or Lordi masks? Would that somehow make their music worse? And sad thing is that there are people who think that yes, it would make their music worse. You know.
It's a kind of, I think it's kind of shallow.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because you don't listen to the music. Do you think taking part in Eurovision played any part in this? Because it's not a classical choice for a metal band. Do you think it's been
partly, yeah, maybe for some people, but I think we already lost those people, you know, before Eurovision, you know, years before Eurovision. I mean, it's not the, it's not taking part in Eurovision that maybe it was the final straw to some people, maybe, I don't know, but it's not like, I don't think that we lost any new people, I mean new fans because of that. I mean, those people who were fans of Lordi before Eurovision, they probably were fans, you know, after Eurovision too. I mean, it's, you know.
Okay, so this album is going to be followed by a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Are you preparing anything particular for the show? Are you going to see anything
Oh,
special on stage?
yeah, it's going to be pretty much the whole new show. I mean, we're throwing out old tricks like that we've done forever, and we are not doing them on this tour again, and we're trying to come up with new tricks. I mean, also the thing is that the lineup is so different now with new drummer, new keyboard player, so there are a couple of like signature tricks that we won't do anymore, because those were ours and Otis's and Kita's tricks, so we won't do those anymore. So yeah, there are a lot of new things planned.
So the fact that you, after finishing an album, you start creating for the show,
Mm-hmm.
which is a new creative process, does it help with keeping the enthusiasm alive? You see what I mean?
What keeps the enthusiasm alive? The deadline, because you have to. That keeps the enthusiasm alive, because the panic, that keeps it alive, because you have no choice. I mean, if we don't deliver by deadline, we would be fucking laughing stocks, and we would let people down. That's the thing.
Okay. Any final message to your fans and to those who don't know you? Something to make us want to listen to this album?
Meow, meow.
Yeah, that's good. That's for the
Sure.
fans.
Right.
That's for the fans, and for those people who don't know you and know us. I don't know you. I would say, well, of all the albums that are gonna be released this year, this album is definitely one of them.
Okay.
that is actually our official advertisement in Finland. Of all the albums released this year, this is definitely one of them.
Wonderful.
But it's the truth. yeah, it is.
So you have to buy it.
Yeah.
Brilliant, guys.
And
Thank you
buy
so much.
it, don't download
And,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's legal downloading, not illegal.
But we have as well a couple more formats. There's a digipack, a bonus digipack, and there's also vinyl,
Oh, yeah.
gatefold. So actually, that's a lot more interesting than downloading
Oh, yeah.
even legally.
Oh yeah. I hope so. For me it is. I mean, I've never downloaded anything in my life.
That's because you can't.
That is true. That is true.
You live in the middle of the forest, and
That is true.
you also don't know how to do it.
That's true. But still, it's true. It's the truth. I have never downloaded anything in my life.
So people like you that kept HMV alive until now.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. So people move out of cities, move into the forest. You know, throw your laptops out the window. Go to a record store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, gonna let you go. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
and
Thank
looking
you.
forward to see you live.